game trollers, and welcome to my WWE Backlash 2016 predictions. I haven't done a video in quite some time, mainly. I've been trying to do some videos, for the longest time. I've got like a top 10 or a top 15 video coming, a bunch of stuff, but I just can't. I haven't been able to do that because I started school this week, so yeah, but hopefully some videos will come up later in the week. I don't know. Um, yeah, so predictions. There's 6 matches on the card, and honestly, it's a really good card, I feel. I want to say unpredictable. You can't really guess who should win because both people either should win, could win, or need to win. It's a very good card like that, and that I guess that's why the draft was such a good idea. But anyway, so first off, first match is the Usos versus the Hype Bros in the, I guess you could say, semifinals again. The losers of the semifinal matches managed to make their way into another semifinal match to go into the finals, which will be later in the night. Of course, what brought this about was, of course, the Usos taking out Chad Gable on Smackdown after losing, turning heel, of course, and of course, as they got taken out, yeah, American Alpha couldn't actually compete for the title tonight, which I wish they would have done instead. Is have as since American Alpha got injured, that means they can have like they could have like Chad come into the match, but but since he's injured, that means that would give them more of a reason to make American Alpha lose, but at the same time still not look so weak because one of their members was injured. I feel like that's what they should have done, but instead they've gone this way, which I guess is fine. But this way, honestly, the main thing here is I want Heath and Rhino to win real bad. I just want to see Heath get signed, but at the same time, what else is Heath gonna do once he gets signed? I mean, there's nothing else he can really do when you think about it. I mean, once he gets signed, he's just gonna be back to being Heath Slater. I don't know. Maybe they could go on for another month or something to like No More Mercy. I don't know, but yeah. But Usos versus Hype Bros. What I see could happen is, of course, the Usos will do the same thing that they did to American Alpha to Hype Bros, so like take out Zack or Mojo, and of course Mojo and Zack win, but yeah, but one of their members gets injured, so that means later on in the night they win. They go and take on Heath and Rhino, and as they're in, one of them are injured, then Heath and Rhino can get the victory, and then they can lose it next month to the Usos for the whole, American Alpha to come back, beat the Usos, and yeah, I guess that's what they could do, just to, yeah. But I could also see the Usos taking the W here and beating Heath and Rhino as well. But then after that, as I say, I don't know what's gonna happen to Heath Slater. Even if he does win or does not win, I don't know. And also, I feel like if the Usos win, that would bring more legitimacy to the tag team titles. Heath Slater and Rhino being the first tag team champions doesn't sound too right, but uh, I really want them to win. So I guess Usos get the victory. So yeah, my predictions is Usos beat Hype Bros and then beat Heath and Rhino. They could go as I said. They lose, but they injure Zack or Mojo, and then it leads to Heath and Rhino winning later on in the night, and then they lose it next month or I don't know, Tuesday. Um, yeah, it could go either way. Alright, so next match we have is the 6-pack elimination challenge, aka just a battle royal where you don't have to throw your opponent over the top rope, because that's a thing. Um, yeah, it is a thing, I'm just saying. That is a battle royal, but, whatever. Um, and is for the WWE Smackdown Women's Championship, aka the Women's Championship, but for the SmackDown women. And of course, it'll be contested between Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Carmella, and Naomi, aka Jeff Hardy, aka the greatest thing ever on SmackDown, and I really, really want her to win. Then we have It's Tuesday, my dudes, Natalia, and then we have John Cena's wife, John Cena's girl, Nikki Bella. Uh, um, I genuinely feel like they built up all the women on the roster, and that any of them could actually win the title. Um, I feel like a heel should win the title first, but then you think about it: Alexa Bliss, Carmella, and Natalia are the heels on here. I feel like none of them would really feel. I mean, maybe Alexa Bliss, but I feel like I don't know. If Enzo and Cass and Blake and Murphy, if they were still together, were on SmackDown, that means that they could do like Alexa wins, and then if Carmella was still face, then they could do that whole thing. I don't know. I really want Becky to win, and I feel like Nikki or Natalia could win. So I'm gonna go with Naomi because she's the real wild card here. She's like the real wild card, right? And I don't know. I feel like it just out of nowhere, Naomi could get the victory. But you know what? You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with uh, Natalia just to bring back hashtag Nikki. Uh, bring that back. Hashtag Nikki. So yeah, I say Natalia gets the victory, and of course Becky could win it next month or whatever. So yeah, so Natalia wins the women's championship. Then we have Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. Um, I'm going with Bray Wyatt. I feel like what they could do is they could go two ways. Either Randy wins here and then AJ wins later on in the night, or Bray wins and Dean wins later on in the night. That could lead to the championship match at the next pay per view. That's what I feel like they could do. And we've already seen Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose multiple times. Um, I don't know. I feel like the whole Brock Lesnar thing, I feel like they would just feed Randy to him. I feel like also there was a thing where they said Randy is going to be like the enhancement. I guess like since he has a good background, like he's a really good thing, he's going to just put over talent like Chris Jericho is doing. I guess he's doing. I mean, he did beat Neville, but whatever. So I guess they said he's sort of like a glorified enhancement talent at this point. And he might actually try and put over Bray Wyatt here, which I would like for him to do. So I really, really think Bray could get the victory. But then after that, what is Bray gonna do? That's the thing. If Dean wins, then it's just gonna be Dean versus Bray again, and I don't feel like many people would want to see that again. But I don't know. I really want Bray to win, but what else is gonna happen after that? I don't know, and I really liked Randy Orton's little promo on last SmackDown. It was really cool. The whole hunter and the snake and the dead rabbit. That was honestly the best thing I've ever heard. The best thing I've ever heard. But I think Randy Orton versus AJ Styles could be a cool match. Then like Dean, where does Dean go after that? Um, you know what? I'm going with Bray Wyatt. And of course, not the main event. There's still one more match: The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. Um, uh, I feel like Dolph could get the win. I feel like Dolph could get the win here purely for like the Miz has held the championship for quite some time, and like Daniel Bryan could somehow branch out and try and get Dolph. I don't know. I really don't know. Like Dolph, I like both guys. I just feel like I really want Dolph to win. Okay, so I'm going with Dolph. Maybe there's gonna be some kind of thing with Daniel Bryan being getting involved. I don't know. But yeah, Dolph Ziggler gets the W. Next up, we have the main event of the evening. We have Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles for the WWE World Championship, and I don't know, maybe. Uh, Here's the problem. People always complain about Dean Ambrose, how he's boring, how he hasn't been doing anything since he's become champion, blah 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 blah. Like I feel like what he's doing is he's trying to save things for the pay per view matches, and like the SummerSlam match, I feel was just like there wasn't. I don't know, like something happened for that SummerSlam match. Maybe there wasn't any like since they weren't exactly the main event, or it was just a quick sort of match. Just to I don't know what happened in that match honestly, but I could see Dean like going out on this one, and people are always complaining about Dean. I still like Dean, like, and he hasn't exactly changed at all. Like people are going sour over champions who become champion. Like Finn, Finn actually, people were going sour on him when he won the championship because it was like he's been here for like a month. Why is he the champion already? And it's like, are you kidding me, man? You were legit dying for this guy on NXT. Now he's champion. You're like, nah, nah. People are saying his demon gimmick is dumb. Like what? Seriously, just because he was in the world champion, just because he was main eventing, that's the same problem that happened with Roman. So anytime you're in the main event, you're always gonna get like, I don't know, like that WWE fans are weird. I don't know, they're really bad sometimes. So like people are going sour on Dean, even though he hasn't changed at all over ever, like at all. Like he's always been the same thing. Like this gimmick hasn't changed whatsoever. Maybe just a slight tweak here and there, but it's the same Dean Ambrose from last year, who people actually wanted to be world champion completely. But it's just like whenever they always lose faith in somebody after just WWE doesn't want to put them over just at the moment, just to put somebody else over. And they always don't want somebody to be over, and then they want somebody else to be over. That's the problem with WWE fans. They always get what they want too late, and so they don't want it at that point. That's the problem. That's the problem with WWE fans. It's either too early, like with Finn Balor, or too late, like Dolph and Dean. So yeah, I mean, I think like if AJ wins the title here, it'll be the perfect sweet spot for AJ. In where it hasn't been too long, like he hasn't lost all credibility, but he's also it hasn't been too short of a time to where like he's already getting a championship shot and he's already champion. So I feel like with AJ, they've hit the sweet spot with him if he wins. But since Bray win, I say Bray wins. I don't know what could happen. Like if Bray wins and AJ loses, that means what? Like Bray doesn't do anything. I mean, who else is on the roster really? I mean, Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, uh, I don't know. Like, there's not many people on the roster that Bray could really go up against after like Randy Orton and like the champion. So yeah, but I say AJ gets the win here purely because I like AJ Styles a lot, and I feel like he deserves a championship shot. And Dean's reign hasn't been going so well. Like people are going sour on him. His matches haven't been like completely exciting even though they've been the same. But just because he's champion, people feel like he should be doing better. So just because people are going sour on him and he hasn't been exactly the best thing, like I feel AJ just gets the win here. But that's just me. Anyways, that's it for my predictions for Backlash 2016, and pretty good card honestly. It almost feels like a mid card type of deal. Honestly, like a lot of these people, except for like AJ and Randy all have always been in sort of like the mid card. They've never been like main eventing. anything. So it's a really cool, refreshing thing to see people main event. Like these guys actually be like the main focus of pay-per-views and stuff. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Troll on, baby.